Let chaos reign. Womb death. The womb death. This is something where a lot of women don't really understand, or either they do or they don't. With the womb death, when it comes to the African woman, the one thing she must understand and learn that your womb is a prize. It is something sacred, like a sacred womb or a scarred womb. Queen Afua has written her book, and many other women that wrote books or lectures on wombs. But the one thing the black woman should understand is this, and know why is your womb special? It's special because of one thing and one thing only. It is the one that brings the continuation of life of the human species. And knowing this, that many other women, non-black women, will do anything and everything to get or utilize your womb for the continuation of their species. And knowing this, that every time when you do things out of character, mentally and spiritually, it will affect your womb. Every time when you go through certain trauma or certain abuse or even self-inflicting towards yourself, you are damaging your womb. When you take in drugs or any artificial substance, it damages the womb. And with your womb, it is the most highest commodity, not only in the black market, but just any market in general, when needed to replicate and produce sustaining life on this planet. Look at Henrietta Lacks. They took her genetics and made countless medicines and scientific discoveries in helping and healing others, but mostly healing non-black people for their survival. That what tells you the importance of your womb. So like this, ladies, take precious into it. Learn how to utilize your womb to the best ability, so that way you could set forth, produce more life for the betterment of the race. But really and truly, womb death, if you think about it, when you look into it, who are the ones that harvest death? It is not always the original people on this planet, which is African people, black people. But people that are non-black are the ones that's harvesting and producing what we like to call death. Non-black people, if you look at it, through their existence for thousands and thousands of years, only have shown death, destruction, and really destruction of the planet in regards to the resource, in regards to life, and all aspects that will sustain the planet, which Mother Nature itself is much smarter than man itself and will be here and sustain itself regardless what man does to it. And fellas, for those that don't understand that, once you're engaged in, flaunting your seed, because you are also a commodity as well with your seed, that you spread it out to other non-black females. You too have participated in the death process as well. And it's not what that comes out of that womb that is non-black per se, you should be very concerned. But what happens to that created entity that you seeded does? Are they going to continue life and procreate with the black substance or the black African people to continue on of life? Or will they engage in the process of what we call death? That is something that you have to make a decision and know now, if you don't know already. And one other thing, when we talk about other race people, we gotta know, say that non-black women have a hard time to sustain life on this planet. And usually when we talk about the color spectrum of vibration, black is the toppest, and everything in the lower spectrum from brown to white to pale are the lowest, the recessive. And as y'all know, something that is below the brown going to the white and pale is at a what we call danger zone in regards to continue procreating life and producing, or really not producing nothing at all, but eventually are in a stage of extinction. And if everybody knows throughout history, nothing really good comes out of things that is non-black, specific in the womb itself. You'll have people thinking and feeling that, because there's a negative birth rate, that things are good. No, that is where you have to be the most concerned of all, because now you are in the stages of extinction and death. So we have to always think, was you always a death or something that should not have been existed from the start? Since we see nature takes its course, these are things that we don't question today. And knows that when you look at this negative birth rate, a global negative birth rate, the only thing you see and have to understand is where they're going to turn to now to sustain and survive. They will turn to the black womb, where they're ripping out the womb or creating the artificial wombs, or go as far as giving hysterectomy to the original woman on earth, her womb, so that way they could use to put into other non-black women, so that way they could continue procreating life. Any method they'll take, they will do, because it is a necessity, because we are seeing one species go and another species still remaining. So, entitled of the womb death, where there is death, there has to be life. That is a continuation of the circle of life. And history has shown time and time again of a race of people that only here is suited to only suck the life out of others, like a parasite. Because a parasite, if people know the role of parasite, is to latch on to a host. And with that host, they will suck all the essence of life to sustain theirs. So that's what you're seeing today in the world we live in today. They're finding ways to survive, whether naturally or artificially. Any method they'll do and take will do the job. So like always, when you look into life, always take precedence to it. Protect yourself. If you're a woman, black woman, always know these key factors was said and get at it. Because once you know your own essence and power, only then will you thrive and continue the human race as you see fit.